106 R&B and throwbacks on 106 Live Radio. Atlanta's music leader. This is The Morning Rise. Now broadcasting weekdays from 6 to 10 on 106 R&B and throwbacks.
And good morning and welcome to The Morning Rise with the Variable Eye on 106liveradio.com, where excitement meets diversity 24/7. We are here today in these wonderful studios of 106 Live Radio, and we are talking sports today because today is a Friday. Excuse me, sorry about that. Hello to all of the viewing audience out there. Thank you so much for joining us today, and we already have our first good morning, and we got to put that up so that we can say good morning to the wonderful people out there who are listening, and we can tell you guys good morning. So good morning, everyone. Good morning, Miss Renee. How are you? Hope you are doing well. You are the first to check in this morning, and we appreciate you for that. So yeah, we are here. Excuse me. I don't know what that is. Sorry, didn't mean to put that up because that needs to be edited. But yes, thank you guys so much. Good morning, and we're here. We're talking NFL draft. We're talking NBA playoffs. We are talking whatever you guys want to talk about, right? So I got a question, and I want to know for sure what you guys think, right? And now it may seem like I'm just out here solely talking about certain types of people in the NBA, right? Because I'm switching to NBA. We did a little bit of the draft, but I'm switching to NBA. So it may seem like I'm out here totally only talking about one type of person in this NBA, right? But I feel like I have to because nobody else will say it. So I'm gonna say it. Now, this is not gonna be on my soapbox about everybody's favorite current and reigning defending MVP, because they'll probably win it again this year. This is not going to be about Jokic, who could not get out of the first round. This is not going to be about Jokic, who again is just a stat chaser, guys. Like, let's just call a spade a spade. He's just a stat chaser. Like, he can fill up a box score, and that's awesome. Like, great, woohoo! But he's not winning any championships by himself. I mean, his team got better every time he was off the floor. But hey, like they always say, don't shoot the messenger. But let's talk about their other favorite for MVP. Let's talk about the guy they were trying to make MVP during his. They've been trying to make the MVP for the last 4. He's been in the league 4 years. They've been trying to make it MVP 3 of those years. And in his first year, they wanted him to come out outright and be it, and he was, and he played well, and he was the Rookie of the Year. Let's talk about Luka Doncic, who never commits a foul, who always gets fouled, who can yell at the referees and look at the referees every single time down the floor, and almost never gets technicals, especially in the playoffs. Like it is amazing how much he does when it comes to trying to get calls, and how he just looks at the refs and how he'll stare them down. And how he won't get back on defense because he's staring down the refs, or he's talking to the refs, or he's, flailing, acting like he's been hit. It is amazing that nobody ever says anything. All they do is talk about how great he is, not how much he shoots, not how many turnovers he gets, not that he's a stat chasing monkey too. Monkey. That's probably not a good word to use. That he's a stat chaser as well. No. Like, no one's saying it. Nobody's saying that, right? Nobody's saying anything about that. And another thing that I noticed last night, we're very just, we're like, oh my gosh, Luka's so great. Oh my gosh, the NBA has never seen anything like this. Yeah, we have. And I'm sure there are a lot of comparisons done when he was coming out and those comparisons probably stop because we got to see him and we got to see how he plays and we got to see that he is a very dynamic player. But Luka Doncic is just James Harden. That's really all he is, right? Like he's a guy who will go out here, will sit up here, dribble, dribble, dribble. Like he's big, he's big. So if he plays against a small point guard, he'll try and take him into the post. But if not, he'll go out there, he'll get the ball top of the key, between the legs, dribble, 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 step forward, step back three. That's it. That is what he'll do almost every single time that he comes down the floor. I mean, you can almost set your watch to it. And I literally was like, okay, he's going to do the step back three. Okay, he's going to do step back three. Now, unlike James Harden, or maybe like James Harden, I really haven't checked the averages or the statistics. But unlike James Harden, he'll hit a lot of those step back threes. But one thing about these guys who are, these guys who get a lot of assists, right, and who get all these triple doubles and everything like that. Normally, if they're not getting other teammates involved, then that's when they can be beaten, right? Like last night, Utah didn't lose because of Luka. They lost because of Jalen Brunson, right? They lost because of freaking Spencer Dinwiddie. They lost because of Finney Smith. Like they didn't lose because of Dallas's best player. They lost because of the others that like Shaq O'Connell. They lost because of those other guys who were there, who were just making timely shots and playing defense and doing all these other things, right? So, and I guess it speaks volumes to, hey, you got to get other guys involved, so it makes the games much easier for you. But guess what? I don't want to make the game easier for you. I want to make the game harder for you. And if making the game harder for you means I'll play you one-on-one and you go for 50 and you lose, then I'll take it. I don't understand why anybody else hasn't figured this out. Like, oh no, we got to double team the best player. Why? Their best player passes all the time. You don't want to double team the best player when they pass all the time. You want to double team the best player when they are a ball hog. You want to double team. Well, no, I mean, I guess. Well, no, I was about to say James Harden, but no, James Harden in Houston, he was getting assists, so I can't really fault him for that. But you want to, okay, so let's just say, excuse me, only because they were talking about him recently in the playoffs. So let's say Brandon Ingram with New Orleans, right? So they've been talking about Brandon Ingram with New Orleans and how recently he's decided to not decided, but he's become more accustomed to passing to his teammates. So his 3-point shots have gone down, as he has decided to pass to his teammates. So let's just say if that is the case, you don't want him passing to those other guys and getting them involved. You want him taking more threes because, number one, there's a good chance that he'll miss just because, the highest percentage for a 3-point shooter is probably Steph Curry at somewhere in the 40s. But that's rare. You know what I'm saying? Especially for the volume of threes that he takes. So you want guys taking more threes because there's a better chance that they'll miss more threes. And you want guys not getting other guys involved, because if they get those other guys involved, then they can be your Finney Smiths and your Spencer Dinwiddies and these guys who come around that can beat you, without being like a super dominant player, right? So yeah, just some observations that I made from last night's watching basketball. Now, we're going to come back and we're going to get more into this draft because, that's what you guys want. So we'll do that. Shout out to my man, Romy Rome. Thank you for checking in, Rome. Appreciate you. Yeah, we're gonna come back and we're going to get into this draft again because that's what you guys like. You guys like the draft. So we'll do that. But we got this music break right here. So we'll take a break, play some music, and then we'll come back. We'll get into the draft and we'll get ready for Will right here on the Morning Rise with the Variable Y on 106liveradio.com, where excitement meets diversity 24/7.
From the depths of the sea, back to the block, Snoop Doggy Dogg, Funky is the doc. Went solo on that ass, but it's still the same. Long Beach is the spot where I serve my cane. Follow me, but you bet not slip, cause 9 Chris A's the years there for me to blizz out my grip. So I ain't holding nothing back, and once again I got 5 on the 20 sack. It's like that, and as a matter of fact, cause I never hesitate to put a fool on his back.
Yeah, so keep out the manuscript. You see that this a must we rock gangster.
Hold up, what's my name? Yeah. It's the bound to the wild, creeping and crawling, Yiggy yes yolin', Snoop Doggy Dogg in the house with the pound like every day, and I'm right back up in you with Dr. Dre, and like I said, none of y'all can get with this, and none of y'all can get with that hit I just dropped, cause you know it don't stop, Mr. 187 on the undercover cop, tick-tock, never the clock, just some nuts in the cop, rob you for your hands, then I kill you blood clots, and I step through the fog, and I creep through the smoke, cause I'm Snoop Doggy, 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 Dogg. Now just throw your hands way up in the air and wave them all around like you just don't care. Yeah, roll up the dank and pour the drink and watch your step. Why? Cause doggy's on the gank. My bank goes on swole. I'm still on hit legit, now I'm on parole. Stroke with the dog pound right behind me and rolling with my. That's where you might find me flinging that G thing. She want the G with the biggest sack. And who's that? He is I and I am him. Slim with the tilted grin.
What's your name, fool?
You're tuned into The Morning Rise on 106 R&B and Throwbacks.
We are back right here on The Morning Rise with the Variable Y on 106liveradio.com, where excitement meets diversity 24/7. And you can see right below, let's put this up, let's move this one over. There we go. You can see right below, I got a new Instagram. My Instagram got hacked. Anybody who was following me on Instagram, first of all, thank you so much for following me on Instagram. I appreciate that. But my old Instagram got hacked. So I've got a new Instagram. It's out there right now. It's Variable Y 106 on Instagram. So it's very simple. It's the same as on Twitter. Variable Y 106 on Instagram and on Twitter, and at Facebook at Variable Y Live Radio Atlanta on Facebook. So if you are following me on Instagram at the old on the old Variable Y live, Variable Y 106 live radio. Someone changed it. Someone got into my whole account, changed it from Variable Y live radio, Variable Y 106 live radio to Variable Y 106 live radio 21. And now that person is out there going around asking people to pretty much do the same thing I did, was take a screenshot of something and send it to them about trying to get them something. I don't know. I thought I was helping out a cousin, and it turns out I was helping out a hacker. So got hacked, got a new Instagram. I can't delete the old one. I can't get back into it. Can't delete the old one. So this is just to let everybody know, this is my new Instagram. It's on the screen. I'll try and simplify this in just a second. But a new Instagram's on the screen. Just so you know, hopefully you will be paying attention to this, and we can we can move on. So now we've got now we were earlier for my viewing audience. Earlier we were doing a recap of the NBA. Well, we did a recap of the playoffs yesterday, a tiny recap. And now we're doing the draft. We're doing the NFL draft. We're doing a recap of last night's first round. I was down at the Falcon draft party down at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And here's another thing that I just now realized going to the thing that we went to last night. And maybe there'll be an opportunity to capitalize on this, and maybe I should like hold off on the tickets. So I realized yesterday, I was like, man, the more I think about it, like if I was going to spend money on season tickets, maybe I should have spent money on the Falcons, right? Because, like maybe just spent the same amount of money that I spent on the Hawks tickets and spent them on the Falcons. Now, for the Hawks, I get more bang for my buck because I have more opportunities to see the games, yes. But for the Falcons, it's pretty much a set schedule. I've got 8, well, really I have 10, because they throw in those silly preseason games, and no, don't nobody want that. So I have 8 games that I can go to, and they're mostly on Sundays. So I know I can take my son to the game on a Sunday. I know that won't be a problem. We can stay as late as we want. That won't be a problem. The food there was, pretty, like in the, I guess what's the affordable food section, was a lot more reasonable than the food at the Hawks games. Not that there's anything wrong with it, but they my son eats pizza. They had pizza, but we could have got a whole pizza. We could have got a full on whole pizza. Me and him sat there and ate it. That's what some other people were doing. So we could have done that, or we could have or gotten salads. You know what I'm saying? As like just affordable food that you can eat there in a sporting event, right? Like that's very uncommon. So I thought that was pretty cool. And again, it probably would have for the same amount that I spent for my Hawks tickets, I could have spent for some Falcon tickets, and I could have gotten full use out of them. Hell, there are games that I didn't go to because I was working later at the time. So there were games I couldn't go to, so I had to gift them off to friends and family. So yeah, so there's that there's that there. So anyway, all that was kind of irrelevant. So back to this draft that you guys love to talk about. All right, so next up we have the Aints, and this came from the Commanders. This pick came from the Commanders. I saw Aints fans there yesterday, which is surprising. I didn't see paper bags, which is even more surprising. They become emboldened ever since they had Drew Brees for that spell, and now they're back to mediocrity, and they don't want to stay. They don't want to stay in mediocrity, even though that's their whole entire franchise without these last few years. But hey, good for them. They got a lot of pride, and that's something to have. But hey, whatever. So yeah, I saw a lot of Aints fans there yesterday, which was just kind of like, really? You have the nerve to show your face around here? And you have the nerve to wear that shirt? Ugh. But yeah, so now next up we got the Aints, and they drafted Chris Olave. I don't know. It's spelled Olave. I don't know how to spell it. I don't know how to pronounce it. But they drafted somebody from Ohio State. And this is another, like, 2 Ohio State receivers went back to back. So this Chris went to, again, he went to the Aints, and it looks like this is going to be their replacement for Michael Thomas. Or, well, I guess maybe not, because he's a deep threat, where Thomas is a guy who goes over the middle. And apparently Thomas is set to make a full recovery from his injury. So we will see about that, and we'll see if this guy pans out. But it looks like that will be the guy who is coming up to play for the Aints very soon. That was the guy they drafted, was a receiver out of Ohio State, just like Michael Thomas. So they'll have that in common, and we'll see if they can complement each other. All right, guys. So now went on that diatribe for a little bit longer than I thought, and now it is break time. So we're going to go to break, and then we're going to come back, and we are going to get more into this draft and whatever else you guys want to talk about. It's Friday. We got NBA, we got baseball, whatever else you guys want to talk about, and we should have Will coming up real soon, right here on the Morning Rise of the Variable Live on 106liveradio.com.
Broadcasting live from Atlanta while serving the entire globe. It's the fastest growing radio on the web. It's 106liveradio.com.
To some, a baby's babbling doesn't mean much, but it does. Especially if there's no babbling at all. Little to no babbling by 12 months or later is just one of the possible signs of autism in children. Learn more at autismspeaks.org. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
It takes more than a day to educate the American youth about the risks of getting stewed, claiming the lives of more than 90,000 people every year. It is your role as a responsible adult to initiate the conversation that nobody is willing to talk about. Speak with your friends and family who you've noticed are reliant on heavy drinking. As a parent, teach your children about the alcohol misuse and help them build coping skills. Tell them that stress, anger, loneliness, and peer pressure are a part of life and should not cause them to give in to liquor for relaxation. Please visit nationaltoday.com for more details.
Morning, Mama. How you feeling?
Great, and I'm ready for you today.
I'm checking in on you. Morning meditation?
Check.
Dressed and ready to work out?
Check.
Check your blood pressure yet?
And check.
Boom! Great job, Mom. And about those gold earrings?
No, ma'am.
Now more than ever, it's important that we protect our hearts and the hearts of those we love. Monitor your blood pressure daily and help each other stay motivated. Rally your squad to take the online pledge at releasethepressure.org. Brought to you by the Release the Pressure Coalition and the Ad Council.
Hey friends, it's your young auntie, Miss Lovely T with 106liveradio.com. And this is what's happening in Atlanta. I'm looking for some excitement. I got you. Hey, I'm looking for something kid-friendly. Hey, I got you. I'm looking for some me time. I got you. I'm just looking for some good food. Don't worry, I got you. I'm looking for something healthy. I got you, girl. Don't worry. Go on and stay tuned, friends, to hear all about it. This is not a show you want to miss.
It's What's Happening in Atlanta with Miss Lovely T. Tune in every Saturday from 3 to 4 p.m. on 106liveradio.com.
Time for today's STEM tip. Okay, you know recycling is important. No one wants plastic in the ocean. Here's a cool way to repurpose a plastic bottle. Build an awesome terrarium. Cut a large plastic bottle in half and fill the base with sand, pebbles, potting soil, and your favorite plant. I chose an African violet. Put the top of the bottle over your base and place it in the sun. Your plant will grow sealed in its own ecosystem. Fun, right? Learn more at She Can STEM. A message from the Ad Council.
Prediabetes is serious and more common than most people realize. 1 in 3 American adults has prediabetes, and more than 80% don't know they have it. Prediabetes is a serious medical condition that puts you at high risk for type 2 diabetes. But now, North Carolina residents with prediabetes can enroll in a free or low-cost national diabetes prevention program. Get started now at joinaprogram.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its pre-diabetes awareness partners.
Are you thinking of changing your marketing strategy? 106 Live Radio is the solution you need to promote your goods and services. We are offering special advertising rates on our fast-growing radio network. We can also help you create an audio commercial or a website banner that fits your business needs. It is just that simple. Visit our website at 106liveradio.com for details.
Bringing you the best shows and music 24/7 on your favorite radio. It's 106liveradio.com.
VA, I gotta find this girl. Could she be in the GA? I really don't know. She probably at my next show. She bring me roses that she is on the front row. I bet she like that. Eye to eye contact. She throwing kisses at me. I'm throwing them right back. Hit my security. That girl's supposed to be with me. Living in luxury. To you, loving me. Beautiful girl in the world. Yeah. The most beautiful girl in the world. The most beautiful girl in the world. Yeah. The most beautiful girl in the world. And I'm looking for you. Took away my last breath. That girl was tight to death. The most beautiful. I got to have them for myself. I'm in the grocery store, trying to get my shit up. Now I don't want to leave because this girl is tight from head to toe. Gotta put my game down like I'm supposed to. This is the kind of girls players like me propose to. Even though beauty varies and should be secondary, I like my Tony Braxton's and my Halle Berry. Beautiful girl in the world. Yeah. The most beautiful girl in the world. The most beautiful girl in the world. The most beautiful girl in the world. And I'm looking for you. Girl, you know I'm looking for you. And I want you to just be my lady. Raheem on a beauty queen. The girl of my dreams. The oldest 30, youngest one, be 19. Her body is tight. Her face is just right. She got the perfect measurements and the perfect height. This girl is just my type. If I was to choose a wife to be down with Raheem, you know she gotta be type for life. No matter what city, this girl is pretty. Don't want no girl stuck on herself and act. I want beautiful girl in the world. Yeah. The most beautiful girl in the world. That right. Beautiful girl in the world. Yeah. The most beautiful girl in the world. And I'm looking for you. Now, she's the most beautiful girl. 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 Yeah, Raheem putting it down. Type of life. All you beautiful, gorgeous ladies in the whole world. Dedicate this one to you. Yeah.
excited. Yeah.
And we are back right here on the Morning Rise of the Variable Y, 106liveradio.com. And what we are doing right now is we are getting our call set up with Will so he can come on with us and talk some NFL draft with us. So bear with me for just 1 second. Let me see if I can get him pulled up, and then we can have him on. All right, people, we are back again. This is the Variable Wire. This is the Morning Rise, and we are trying to get Will on. We got some may have some technical difficulties, but that's okay. We will still figure it out. We will try and make things happen like we always do, and the show must go on. So never forget that, guys. The show must go on. So we were at number 12 again. I'm taking just as long with this draft as they were taking, because man, they took a long time with this doggone draft. I don't get it, but hey, some of y'all sat there and watched the whole thing and loved it, so they do it for y'all, I guess. But anyway, number 12 in the draft was Alabama's Jameson Williams. We all saw him, speedy young man. I mean, Alabama speedy receiver is kind of hand in hand, right? Like, especially recently, this is not your daddy's Alabama. This is not the Mike Shula Alabama. This is not the what was your man's name from Texas from TCU? God, name escapes me. But this is not that Alabama, right? This is Nick Saban's Alabama. This isn't even Nick Saban's Alabama from almost 20 years ago. This is a brand new run and gun. Hurry up offense, Alabama. So what do they need in those type of offenses? They need young, small, but fast guys. And this is another one of those speedy receivers from Alabama who was lights out last year, who just made everything happen. He did tear his ACL, and we did talk about that yesterday. So, and of course, I think that's the reason why he fell in his draft stock. He did tear his ACL, and he did it late in the season in the national championship game. That's what I thought. So yeah, he did tear his ACL at the worst possible time. But modern technology, I think they can get him back on the field very quickly. We were talking about it yesterday. Will was talking about it yesterday, and hopefully we can get Will on today. But he was talking about it yesterday, how they're saying that the typical recovery time from an injury like that is 6 to 9 months. They'll probably push to have him back in 6, because that's what these guys try to do. But he probably won't be, back to feeling like himself till probably month 9. So that would put us at September. So that would make him just about ready to start the season. So he may not, start the very first game first few games, but he may be ready, let's say, in that second quarter of NFL football. So led the SEC in receiving yards and touchdowns. It was a first team All-American. All of those stats should not surprise you, again, with the type of season that Alabama had last year. But obviously he dropped this low because of his injury. If not for the injury, he probably would have been the first receiver taken, and not Drake London, who we picked, I should say, as the first receiver at number 8. So that was number 12. So picks 10, 11, and 12 were all wide receivers. Again, and I think they're all good picks. Again, I'm very just baffled at how all of a sudden now NFL GMs can do their job and not just try to go out there and get a quarterback, but they can actually do their job and say, hey, if there are no good quarterbacks, there's no reason to reach for a quarterback. Let's just draft. And then if we get one in the later rounds, great. If not, there's always next year. Only one team can win a Super Bowl, right? We can try, but only one team can win. But we don't need to leverage the future to try and win a Super Bowl today. That doesn't make any sense. Why not just wait? Why not build for the future so we can win multiple Super Bowls? The more you know. But hey, according to this draft, at least this first round, looks like GMs are finally catching on to it. All right, so next is number 13, and that's the Philadelphia Eagles, and they got local Georgia boy Justin Davis, and super duper local. You see him on the billboards, right? This is the dude who is on the billboards. Every one of the billboards that you see that has big number 99 on it, that's this guy. And obviously, if you watched the playoff, if you watched the national championship game, you know what this kid can do. All of my local people, if you watch just Georgia play, you know what this kid can do. You know that he is a monster out there. He is a 6'6", 341-pound young man who ran a 4.7 40, which is pretty doggone good. They say it's the fastest time by any player who weighed 330 pounds or more. He was the Outland Trophy winner, again, for a lineman. He was the Narrett winner for defensive line or something like that. He won a bunch of awards in college, obviously, and won a national championship at Georgia and was a big part of it. So that's a no-brainer right there. I'm glad we are not in the NFC East, because if so, we would not be able to run the ball against Philadelphia, because this guy, you're going to put him in the line, he's going to plug up the holes, and nothing is getting past them. So, yes, I'm happy. I am ecstatic that we don't have to play Philadelphia. Next is Kyle Hampton. He was picked number 14 by Baltimore Ravens. They got a free safety. This is the guy out of Notre Dame I was telling you guys about yesterday. I don't watch a lot of Notre Dame games, so I can't say that, whether or not this is a great pick. But he was a consensus All-American, and they needed help at safety. Baltimore, they got the Ed Reeds that they are accustomed to. They got all these guys, corner, safety, linebacker. They got all the guys on defense that you're accustomed to. So Baltimore without a great defense just doesn't make any sense to me in my brain, because of all the years I've been watching Baltimore. So them going out looks like they're going to solidify their defense. They've got Lamar Jackson, so they don't have to worry about the offense. So it looks like they're going out to solidify the defense, which makes sense to me. And then lastly, for this segment, we'll go with number 15 to the Houston Texans, and they got Kenyon Green, an offensive guard out of Texas A&M. Again, I don't watch a lot of film about offensive guards or about offensive line in general, so I am not going to sit here and tell you guys, hey, this is a great pick. Oh, I don't know about this. I'm not going to do that. Like, I'll leave that up to some other people. But I will say Houston needs a lot. So whoever Houston drafts is a good pick for Houston, because they need it. Okay? Like, if I'm a dude who doesn't have a car, if I spend $1,500 on a 1999 Honda Civic, then that is a good deal, because I need a car and I just got a reliable car. So right now, Houston just needs a bunch of reliable cars. we don't need them to worry about any kind of luxury vehicles right now, right? Like they just need to get to and from. They just need to get to point A to point B. That's it. They don't need nothing else right now. Maybe in 2-3 years we can talk about them wanting to upgrade when they get the credit right, when they get a better job, when they they lower their debt to income ratio, and they can start thinking about luxury. But right now they don't need leather seats, they don't need an air conditioner, they don't need heat. They need to get from here to there, and that's it. So whatever Houston does is just them getting from here to there. So let's just applaud them for getting from here to there, and let's just move on. So this is a good pick for Houston because they need a bunch of players. So, all right, guys. Right now we're going to take a music break. We are going to reach out and see if we can get our man Will on the line and then come back. If not, we're going to come back and we are still going to talk this draft, and hopefully we'll have Will in some form of capacity. Okay, real quick before we go to break, shout out to my man Trey, who was like, yeah, they got a Geo Metro. Hey, don't sleep on the Geo Metro. Back in the early 2000s, I wanted a Geo Metro so bad. I don't know why, but I wanted a Geo Metro so bad. We're gonna have some story time. If we don't have Will, we're gonna have some story time with the variable Y, and we're gonna talk a little bit about that. But again, let's do this old school 90s music that we normally play on a Friday, and then we're going to come back and we're going to talk some more sports. We're going to hopefully talk to Will. If not, we're still going to talk sports with you guys, and we're going to do everything you guys want to do right here on the Morning Rise with the Variable Y on 106liveradio.com.
Shawty swing my way. Show look good to me. Now would you please swing my way? Shawty swing my way. Ooh, wee boy, do you know the joy I feel the second I see your eyes? I'm hypnotized and wise to the games you're playing with me. The lies you tell, see if you know the deal, but it's irrelevant tonight. Cause boy, it's so fly, come on and swing back, and baby, we can set it off. Shawty swing my way, show look good to me. Now would you please swing my way? Shawty swing my way, shawty swing my way. Show look good to me. Now would you please swing my way? Shawty swing my way. Heard through a friend that you have been with someone for close to 10 months. And I don't know why you told me a lie, cause I don't really give up. Tonight it's me and you, so what you wanna do? I plan on making you mine. I know you broke up last night, so swing on that, and baby, we can set it off. Shawty swing my way, show look good to me. Now would you please swing my way? Swing my way. Shawty swing my way. Would you swing my way? Shawty swing my way. Yeah. Show look good to me. Now would you please swing my way? Swing my way. Shawty swing my way. You thinking you could put it down like me? Like KP, another type player from the KAP. ERZ, fresh, I'm a ghetto superstar. Yes, test, and you'll get broken down. And I love your chocolate brown. But when I told my folks in town, they said I better keep it safe and sound. Set it out, set it up. So right, too tough. Cheap lies, sickest alibis. In your eyes, I can call your bluff. Cause I really don't mind. Cause the nights and nights, you're gonna be mine. And I plan on reclaiming my throne since you want to swing on by. Through thick and thin, from beginning to end, and in the middle when I felt your change. I already knew where you been, but you did it again and want to come around acting strange. But for goodness sakes, there's no hearts to break, so later on we gon' set this straight. And you can stick your move, but you want to just pop, and shake. Then we can make it all right. Unplug the phone and turn on the red light. So fly, give me a natural high, and I'm ready just to bust on sight. So fast, too slow, to the wall, to the floor. KP next to NV. Remix my call mode. I'll hold you tight, I'll hold you tight. Anything that you want, I'll keep it quiet. Boy, you're gonna see how won't you try hard? You'll be nice, anything that you want. You're gonna see how good it can be. Just come up to me.
Keep us locked in for your favorite hits, only on 106 Live Radio.
Look, once upon a time, and I heard that I was ugly. Came from a chick who wanna touch. I said my face bomb, abs tight, racks stuck up, shack height, jury on me, flashlight. I've been listening since last night. Hit 'em with that good, make you wanna act right. Broke boys don't deserve no kitty. I know that's right. Big bag, bustin' out the Bentley band. Take a man, Balenciaga brought it back. No how I give it up. It's big bags, bustin' out the Bentley band. Take a man, working back, party back. No how I give it up. If it's up, then it's up, then it's up, then it's stuck. If it's up, then it's up, then it's up, then it's stuck. Up, then it's up. If it's up, then it's stuck. If it's up, then it's up, then it's up, then it's stuck. I can make the party hot. I can make your body rock. Haters can do nothing with me. Chances are they probably not. If I had a stick, you probably lick it like a lollipop. Shorty speaking Japanese, hit 'em with karate chop. I'm forever popping it, pulling up and dropping it. Gotta argue with him, cause you know he love a toxic chick. Just out here playing, gotta make him understand. Ain't no ring on my finger, you ain't going on my gram. Set my face bomb, abs tight, back stack up, shack height, jury on me, flashlight. I've been listening since last night. Hit 'em with that good, make you wanna act right. Broke boys don't deserve no kitty. I know that's right. Big bag, bustin' out the Bentley band. Take a man, Balenciaga brought it back. No how I give it up. It's big bags, bustin' out the Bentley band. Take a man, rockin' back, party back. No how I give it up. If it's up, then it's up, then it's up, then it's stuck. If it's up, then it's up, then it's up, then it's stuck. Up, then it's up. If it's up, then it's stuck. If it's up, then it's up, then it's up, then it's stuck. They ain't messing with me now, and I can see why. Dirty, dusty, girl, you got pink eye. Say they want smoke until I bring it to their doorstep. Please tell her back, breath smell like horse. Put it on him now, he will never be the same. Tatted on my back, cause I really like the pain. Read on my back, I said I'm glad that you came. If that nigga had a twin, I would let him run it. Big bag, bustin' out the Bentley band. Take a man, Balenciaga brought it back. No how I give it up. It's big bags, bustin' out the Bentley band. Take a man, working back, party back. No how I give it up. If it's up, then it's up, then it's up, then it's stuck. If it's up, then it's up, then it's up, then it's stuck. Up, then it's up. If it's up, then it's stuck. If it's up, then it's up, then it's up, then it's stuck. Look, gotta play it safe. No face, no case.
Broadcasting live from Atlanta while serving the entire globe. It's the fastest growing radio on the web. It's 106liveradio.com.
To protect his home and family from disaster, Steve used courage, wisdom, and his camera phone.
That should do it.
Way to go, Steve! By simply taking digital pictures of his family's important documents, Steve can always have them stored safely online, no matter when disaster strikes. Learn other simple ways to protect your home and family before a natural disaster at ready.gov. That's ready.gov. A message from FEMA and the Ad Council.
Don't it hurt so bad?
Irritable bowel syndrome, or IBS, is so common that it's likely you know at least one person with this functional disorder. Some IBS facts are 13 to 20% of individuals, approximately 5 to 7.5 million individuals are living with IBS. People of all ages have IBS, from young children to the elderly. The economic burden of IBS is $6.5 billion annually. Individuals with IBS miss on average 13 days of work per year, leading to a further $8 billion in lost productivity. The primary symptoms are what we call the ABCDs of IBS: abdominal pain, bloating, constipation, and diarrhea. Symptoms can come and go, so you might feel well for a while only to get symptoms again. For more information, please visit badgut.org.
Adopt US Kids presents What to Expect When You're Expecting. A teenager. Learning the lingo.
GOAT, G-O-A-T, acronym, stands for Greatest of All Time. As in, spaghetti sandwiches for dinner? They're my fave. Dad, you're the GOAT.
You don't have to speak teen to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same. Visit adoptuskids.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
Wake up and text. Text and eat. Text and catch the bus. Text and miss your stop. Wait. Text and be late to work. Sorry, I'm late. Text and work. Text and pretend to work. Text and act surprised when someone calls you out for not working. Who, me? Text and meet up with a friend you haven't seen in forever.
Hi.
Oh, hey. Text and complain that they're on their phone the whole time. Text and listen to them complain that you're on your phone the whole time. Text and whatever. But when you get behind the wheel, give your phone to a passenger. Put it in the glove box. Just don't text and drive. Visit StopTextsStopWrecks.org. A public service announcement brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Hey, hon, what you doing with your phone? Taking pictures?
No, I'm asking it questions.
Like what?
Hey, Bobo, do flowers have best friends?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that. Hey, follow me. I want to show you something. Look, flowers do have best friends.
Whoa.
Some answers can only be found in nature. Discover the unsearchable. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a trail near you. Brought to you by the United States Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Thinking of changing your marketing strategy? 106 Live Radio is the solution you need to promote your goods and services. For a limited time only, we are offering special advertising rates on our fast-growing radio network. We can also help you create an audio commercial or a website banner that fits your business needs. It is just that simple. Visit our website at 106liveradio.com for details.
Bringing you the best shows in music 24/7 on your favorite radio. It's 106liveradio.com.
I gotta tell you, 'cause I know that a brother got me tonight. Now I ain't tripping on your dancing 'cause that shit's tight. But you gotta pay tonight. I know you wanna get paid tonight, but I'm tryna get paid tonight. We ain't even gotta fuss and fight, just hit me right, it's on all night. I know you wanna get in bed with me, but you gotta come correctly. Nothing tonight is free, especially not me. I hope you can feel me when I say pay before you play with me. Wanna taste this, but it's priceless. It might be something you ain't never done before, but I'm not your ordinary hoe. I know you wanna get paid tonight, and I'm trying to get paid tonight. We ain't gonna get paid tonight, just hit me right, it's on all night. I know you wanna get paid from me, but you gotta come correctly. Nothing tonight is free,
not looking for love, but I'm looking for a goal. One I can close, like the mama in the blues. So goddamn cute, but she said she needs cheese before she deal with me. Well, let me see what it might be, and what's your fee for my fantasy. Now I ain't rich, but I spend a little bit. So who you with? Let's do this shit.
I know you wanna get paid tonight, but I'm tryna get paid tonight. We ain't even gotta fuss and fight, just hit me right, it's on all night. I know you wanna get paid from me, but you gotta come correctly. Nothing tonight is free, especially not it's something I've gotta tell you, before you lay with me tonight. I ain't got no problem with fly not nice, but you gotta pay tonight.
What you talking about? That didn't come out your mouth. You say you want some cash before I hit that ass, but not your boy. I ain't no toy. Don't play no games, cause I ain't lame. But for my girl, I give her the world. Ain't no thing to give up that chain. I ain't rich, but I spend a little bit. So who you with? Let's do this.
I know you wanna get paid tonight, but I'm gonna get paid tonight. We ain't got but tonight to get me right, it's all right. I know you wanna get paid tonight, but you gotta pay me quickly. Nothing in life is free, especially not me. Now it's there for you if you want me to, and I'll be by your side if the price is right. Take care of me, and I'll take care of you. Nothing in life is free. Oh, yeah, I gotta get paid. Now if you want me, come correctly. It might be something you never done before, but I'm not your ordinary.
We're taking you all the way back. With the greatest old school hits on 106liveradio.com. Let's do this.
Look, it's all bad, it's all real. It's a big tall hills, big fat checks, big large bills, run out flip like 10 car wheels. Cold, I give raw chills, 10 different looks, and my looks so kill. I kiss him in the mouth, I feel all grills, heat in the car, that smells on wheels. Woo! I was born to flex, yes. Diamonds on my neck. I like boarding jets, I like more, but nothing in this world that I like more than checks. Money. All I really wanna see is the money. I don't really need a D, I need the money. All I back need is the money. I got bands in the coop, bustin' out the roof. I got bands in the coop. Touch me out, bow, shake a little. You get a little bag and take it to the store. Get a little cash, you shake it real fast, you get a little more. I got bands in the coop, bustin' out the roof. I got bands in the coop, bustin' out the roof. I gotta fly, I need a jet. I need room for my legs. I got a baby, I need some money. Yeah, I need teeth for my egg. All y'all is in trouble. Bring brass knuckles to scuffle. I heard that Cardi went pop. Yeah, I did go pop. That's me busting that bubble. I'm the Sonny with the drip. Baby mommy with the clip. Walk out bodies with a. Bring a thotty to the whip. Is she fine or she fake? Damn, walking past the mirror. Ooh, damn, I'm fine. Let her try me. Boom, hammer time. I was born to flex. Yes. Diamonds on my neck. I like boarding jets. I like more, but nothing in this world that I like more than checks. Money. All I really wanna see is the money. I don't really need a D, I need the money. All I back need is the money. I got bands in the coop, bustin' out the roof. I got bands in the coop. Touch me out, bow, shake a little. You get a little bag and take it to the store. Get a little cash, you shake it real fast, you get a little more. I got bands in the coop, bustin' out the roof. I got bands in the coop. Touch me out, bow. No, Papa, you pop. Papa, whoever. You know who pops the most? The people who not together. Okay. You know that cardio free. All my pajamas is leather. So back on your ass. Wakanda forever. Sweet like a honey bun, spit like a tummy gun. Roll your one-on-one. Come get your mommy some cardi at the tip top. Kiss the ring and kick rock, sis. Jump it down, back it up. Ooh, ayy. Make that too. Ayy. I like when it works like do. Say he gonna this like soup. I was born to flex. Diamonds on my neck. I like boarding jets. I like more, but nothing in this world that I like more than culture. All I really wanna see is the money. I don't really need a D, I need the money. All I back need is a KC. Money. 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 Money.
106 R&B and throwbacks on 106 Live Radio. Atlanta's music leader. This is The Morning Rise. Now broadcasting weekdays from 6 to 10 on 106 R&B and throwbacks.
We are back right here on The Morning Rise, the Variable Y, 106liveradio.com, where excitement meets diversity 24/7. Let me verbally apologize to my man Will. We've got some kind of technical difficulties going on with the phone lines, man. We'll get this worked out, and we will have you on again. You know that. I do once again sincerely apologize though for not being able to get you on, and I don't know if we'll be able to figure it out before you get to work. Again, my humblest apologies, sir. You know that. You know how we are, so I'll have you on as soon as we get this figured out, bro. But we got a lot of chatter in the chat, so let's go to that. Well, no, let's take a second. Let's take a step back. So my man Trey brought up the Geo Metro, right? And I was like, yeah, man, I wanted the Geo Metro. So I think the reason why I wanted the Geo Metro is the first car that I actually bought outright. Well, let me go back a little bit. I'll do the full thing, right? Full on story time, the Variable Y. So when I was a senior in high school, I started working, and I was like, okay, I need a transportation, right? I need a car. So I went out and I went to one of these buy here, pay here lots. And then I did this at 18, knowing absolutely nothing about buying a car. I went with some money. I saw a car I thought I could afford. And I said, all right, bet, let's do that, right? And this was a 1992 Honda Prelude. And that was the first car that I ever had. And I loved that car. Like, I love that car. And the streets love that car so much. I remember when I was working I'm mixing metaphors here, but follow me here. I remember I was working at Wells Fargo, and I was working in the drive-thru. And one of the gentlemen had a 1992 Honda Prelude. And I was like, hey, man, I love your car. Oh, my gosh, I used to have one. He's like, yeah, these cars are very rare, man. They're running out. They're not making them anymore. And people are buying them up because they love them. Everybody who's had one loves it. And, it's real hard to find. And he's like, I'm going to ride this thing till the wheels fell off. And I worked there for maybe 2.5 years. And right around the time I was about to leave, he was in the new car. I said, what happened? He said, it finally died. We were sad. I shed a tear for him on that. So anyway, all that to say, loved my first car, right? But I was still making payments on it. And I wasn't even 18. I wasn't even 18. I was a senior in high school, but I wasn't 18 yet. And so one day, and they had just changed the law in Georgia. And kids, here's a lesson for you. Please know your laws in your state when you start driving, because they make a huge difference. So so one day, me and Will, we were late for school. Partially my fault, partially his fault. We were late for school. So one day I'm flying through Decatur, right? I'm flying through Decatur. And I get pulled over by a cop. And I'm probably doing like 60 in a school zone. So 60 in the 25, maybe 50 in the 20, maybe it was like 50 in the 25. So, I do that, and my license gets revoked, because I'm so young, my license gets revoked, right? So because my license got revoked, I had no license. Because I had no license, I couldn't have the car. And it was within months of me buying it. So they came and they repossessed the car. So, a couple of years later, all that to say, a couple of years later, so the first car that I actually bought, that I owned, that no one could take from me, first car that I bought it off a good friend of mine. Shout out to Connie. Love you, Connie, even though you're not listening, but you're probably working right now. So I'll let it slide for this time, but next time you better listen. So I bought it off of my good friend Connie, one of my greatest friends. Bought it for like a couple of $100. That's how cool we were. It was a 1990 Geo Prism. And so it wasn't a Metro. even though I wanted a Metro, but it was a Prism. And when I tell you that car was a tank, I bought that car in 2001, and I rode that car until about 2006 was when I think the engine just died on me the second time. And I wasn't willing to put any more work into it because, by that point I actually already replaced the engine. But I went to anyway, I went somewhere, replaced the engine. They didn't put enough fluid in it. So then my transmission went bad. So then I replaced that. And then my engine died again. And I was like, yeah, I'm not willing to put any more money into it. So I say all that to say, I'm a huge fan of Geos. I had that Geo Prism. That car was a tank. We got hit by a truck and that car still ran. And I would still have the car now if I wanted to replace the engine, which I didn't. So shout out to Trey for bringing up Geos. I'm a huge fan of Geos, and I wanted a Metro, and I had a Prism, and I rode that Prism till the wheels fell off, and I love that car as well. My first little car, my baby, so I love that car. All right, so back to the chat. So good morning, bro. Good seeing you last night. Good seeing you too, Trey. Appreciate you. Appreciate the hookup, man. Like Will was saying, man, if Trey calls you with a hookup, anybody out there, Trey, if Trey calls you with a hookup, be ready. Stay ready so you don't have to get ready because it's going to be a hookup. Man, we were at the draft party. We actually got into the stadium, and then they let you just go onto the field. When I tell you my son was out there, he was on the field. Like, I'm going to put up, I've got like a couple of pictures. I don't take a lot of pictures, but I got a couple of pictures. So I'm going to put up some pictures of Variable Jr. on the field out there just having a ball. So So I got a couple. I got like 3 pictures. So I'm going to put those up to let you guys see them, intermittently through the show. But yeah, we were on the field. He had a ball. I mean, people were sitting on the field. So he's sitting on the field. He's laying down on the field. He's sitting there running routes by himself. I mean, my goodness, this kid. But he had a good time. So yes, thank you, Trey. Shout out to Trey for doing that. Got some good people here in the crew on the morning ride. So Trey was saying, I like the pick we made. Glad we didn't reach for Jermaine Johnson. Can't believe he fell to 26. I get you, right? I'm glad we didn't make any reaches as well. I'm thankful for that. In a draft like this, where there are really no players to reach for, and I'm sitting up here making fun of Houston, but we ain't that much better, right? So let's be clear. We're not too much better than Houston. We're just not as bad as Houston. But we need players too, right? Now we got a car, right? We just need we got a car, we got a place to stay, but we have a burgeoning family, right? So we just need to, start working our way up to building towards better, right? We have a burgeoning family, but we got a 2-seater, okay? So we need to start working on our way to build up our credit so that we can get a 4-door, that's what, or an SUV. Like, that's what we need to do, right? So we're not that much better than Houston, but we are better than Houston. So I'm glad we didn't make any reaches in this draft as well. So I'm very, very happy about that as far as that pick goes. So I agree with you, Trey. I'm happy about that. Now Jerome was saying Drake London wasn't on anybody's radar, was he? Okay. So Trey has a response, so I'll let Trey respond and then I'll respond. Excuse me. So Trey's response is, not mine, laugh out loud, but he was on a lot of teams' radar. That's why after he was drafted, teams drafted 5 receivers in a row. Yes, that is true, Jerome. That is true. So he was on, and he was in, you remember we did the prediction yesterday. He was in the predictions yesterday. So he was on the radar. He was slated to be a 1st-round pick. It just wasn't slated to be for the Falcons. So, but yeah, we have those opportunities, man. And there was a chance for us to, possibly get an edge rusher. But again, we have so many holes to fill. So we need a receiver. We got receiver. Now we don't have to worry about Calvin Ridley. You know what I'm saying? We don't have to worry about Mr. 1500. You know what I'm saying? We don't have to worry about him. So we can now move on from Calvin and from all of that nonsense that was going on last year. Our receivers total, I saw this stat last night, which is hilarious. Our receivers total had 1,151 receiving yards, I believe. That's our total receiving crew. So yeah, we need help at receiver. So I'm not upset at all about that. I'm again, maybe not necessarily on our board, but definitely a need that was met. So I'm happy that we are fulfilling needs, and with the picks that we made so far, we are going to support this young man, and hopefully he is going to be the spark that changes this whole team. So let's go ahead and take another little music break right here, and then we'll come back. We'll talk some more draft, and we may even have a special guest. So stay tuned right here on the Morning Rise, the Variable Y on 106liveradio.com.
All my money spent, but that's okay, cause I'm still fly. I'm so fly. Gotta wanna take a gas in my new E-class, but that's alright, cause I'm no ride. Got everything in my mama name, but I'm hood rich. Get your car clean, gems on shine. Let's shut up, mom, get a mink, baby girl, let's ride. You the number one star, we gon' glide and go straight to the mall and tear down the inside. Proud of Gucci, full length leather, Burberry's cooler, Coogee sweater, 20 inches pop my feather, the Birdman dead, I fly in any weather, alligator seats with the head in the inside, swine on the dash, G-Wagon so fly, number one, don't tangle and twist it, when it comes to these cars, I am that. The Gucci with the matching interior, 3-wheel ride with the tie in the middle. It's fresh and stunner, and we like brothers. We shine like paint, daddy. It's our summer. Get up, boots with a bitch out Gucci suits. Ain't got no job, but I stay shy. Can't pay my rent, cause all my money spent. But that's okay, cause I'm still fly. Gotta wanna take a gas in my new E-class, but that's alright, cause I'm no ride. Got everything in my mama name, but I'm hood rich. Have you ever seen a crocodile sit to the truck? Turn around and sit it down and let them bite your butt. See, the steering wheel is Fendi dashboard of mine. With your baby mama players where you can find me. Push you through the parking lot on 24. Cadillac Escalade with the chromed out nose. With the navigation arrow headed straight to your spot. Where your wife really love me cause the is so hot. Put the caddy up, start the 3-wheel Benz. Hyper white lights, ultraviolet lens. Suma tires and they gotta be run flat. TV with a boom. Boy, when you top that, I'ma show you some shit. Rookie, press that button. The trunk went, and all of a sudden, both 15s didn't see no wires. And then I heard boom from the amplifiers. Get up, boom, with a bitch out, she's ain't got no job, but I stay shy. Can't pay my rent, cause all my money spent. But that's okay, cause I'm still fly. Gotta wanna take a gas in my new E-class. But that's alright, cause I'm no ride. Got everything in my mama name, but I'm hood rich. Hey, let me slide in the Benz with the fished out fins and pile loud pipes, dragging the hen. It's that birdie man, I'll do it again. In a Cadillac truck, 24s with 10s. Looking at my Gucci is about that time. 6 bad bras flying in at 9. New suburban truck with the show went.
Up and down and up they going. While he's on a roast, a Lexus, you know what that hard top beam. That's your truck. I'm coming up the hood, been lovely. New shoes on the whip and I wake up the bubbly. 430 Lex with convertible top, and the rims keep spinning every time I stop. Got a Superman Benz that I scored from Shaq with an old school caddy with the diamond in the back. Made up boots with a pimped out Gucci suits. Ain't got you know the fucking out on 24 station. With your baby mama place where you can find alligator fish with the head and the inside. Two tires and they gotta be run flat. Number one stop, yeah, man, they're fresh. Got a quarter tank of gas. My number one stop, yeah, but that's alright, 'cause I'm no right. Got everything in my mama name, but I'm hood rich. Number one stop, yeah, man, they're fresh.
This is 106 R&B and Throwbacks. Find us on all app stores and like us on Facebook. 106liveradio.com.
We are back right here on the Morning Rise with the Variable Y on 106liveradio.com. And like I told you guys, we have a guest. We have a special guest in the building. You guys know how I love this synergy that we try to keep up here at 106liveradio.com. And you guys know how I love to just have, intelligent, accomplished people come on and give us some inspiration, show us some love and all of that stuff. And we had her on before and it was such a great interview. We had to do it again. So in the building right now, we have Chef Extraordinaire, Chef Katura, in the building. Chef Katura, yes. Good morning. Good morning.
We are in this place. We are in this space.
We are. How are you?
Green eggs and ham. I am rising with the variable why.
Green eggs and ham. Okay. Hey, I whatever. I'll take it.
I'll take it. Green eggs and ham. Sam, I am. I left off the Sam, I am part. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm absolutely fantastic.
Okay.
Amazing.
Now, it sounds like you got something going on with your voice here. So is there a story behind that? Were you out partying last night? What? Tell me. Actually, were you watching the draft? Were you yelling? Let me know.
No.
No?
So I don't know if you know the background with my voice. As my brother says, I have an Eartha Kitt voice now. My voice was not always like this, but I had polyps.
Oh, no.
Yep. And this was a couple years ago.
Okay.
But I had surgery to have them removed.
Oh.
But ever since then, I've got this raspiness.
Okay.
Going on some mornings. I think due to allergies and the pollen, right now it's a little bit more pronounced.
Okay.
But I know how to work my magic, so it is what it is.
It is what it is. You know how to work your magic, and you do it so well.
Absolutely.
You do it so well. All right. So you reached out to us and you were saying, hey, I would love to come on and promote mamas and mimosas. All about the mamas and the mimosas. So of course, and I told you, like I said before, anytime you would like to, you can always come on. And you've got a platform here, so let us know about some mamas and mimosas, because if it's two things that the Variable Y loves, it's mamas and mimosas. That's right.
Uno, dos.
That's right. That's right.
So last year, I wanted to do something special for my mom. Right. Each year, we as children, we try to one up what we did the previous year,
Right.
right? So I want to do something special for my mom, and then I thought about it. I'm like, but there's so many, not just moms, right?
Right.
You got your moms, you got, we won't call them favorite aunts, 'cause people start to get in their feelings.
They really do. They really do.
So you got your moms, you got your aunts, you got your sister friends,
Right.
you got your mentors,
Right.
right? So I did all about the mamas and mimosas last year, and due to COVID, I hosted it in my backyard.
Oh, okay.
And I had such an overwhelming response, especially like the day before. I had people even the day of. Hey, do you have any tickets left? And I'm like, yeah, no, I don't. So, I at the end I took a poll, and everybody's like, yes, please keep this going.
Nice.
Because I wanted to make sure that I was honoring the special women in our lives. And it doesn't have to be just the women, the husbands or any male that says, you know what, I want to let this female know that, as Tupac says, you are appreciated. I want whoever wants to purchase a ticket, gift a ticket, but the end goal is to acknowledge that special woman
Exactly.
in your life.
Exactly.
So this year is going to be at a different location, 2323 Sylvan Road in East Point. It's Impact Church.
Okay. Okay.
And for those that
right
know
down the street.
right down the street. For those that know about Impact, not only is it a church, but it also is an event space. So we're growing it, and I'm a closet. What do I say? I'm not even closet. I'm just the band Smoke.
Okay.
The band Smoke, one of my favorite bands.
Okay.
One of my favorite live bands. So I had them last year. I'm bringing them back this year.
Nice.
So you will have a live band, live entertainment.
Okay.
A spread. I said I wasn't gonna tell it. I'm going to just say a couple of things.
Just tell it. It's just me and you here. It's just me and you.
Okay. Salmon croquette patties.
Okay.
So everything is going to be all about the minis.
Right.
So mini salmon croquette patties.
Okay.
We're going to do shrimp and grits shooters.
Oh.
We're going to do of which I brought today for you guys to taste.
Well, all right.
I have mini
all right.
frittatas.
Okay.
Also, I'm going to have mini hash brown casseroles. Like I said, shrimp and grits. You can't make bacon minis, but there will be bacon. There will be sausage and peppers. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do the chicken and waffles, and not just chicken and regular waffles. I'm going to introduce you guys to my new red velvet waffles.
Okay. All right.
So amongst some other things, and let's not forget the bottomless mimosas.
Let's not.
And of course, I will have beverages for those who don't consume.
Yeah, sure. Although it's mamas and mimosas, but okay. But wow, so and that's a heck of a spread, and yes, like you said, I think it's very important to acknowledge all of those women that you were talking about, because it is, we do have those of us with good moms, because I know some people are. Some people want to have this big back and forth about how they were parented. So I'll let them do that. But for those of us who had good parenting, those who have great moms, yes, we definitely want to acknowledge them. But we also do want to acknowledge the other women in our lives, like you said, the aunts, the great aunts, those cousins that are older than you that give you advice, those coworkers that you have, those older women coworkers that you had that told you, hey, don't do this. Like, come on, for me. Come on, young man, try to figure out what you're doing, right? Like, you do want to acknowledge that there are people, there are women who have really helped guide you to become the person that you are. To you, great women out there, you've had those experiences and they've helped guide you to become great women. And for us good men out here, there are these women who have been there to shape us and to make sure, and their their purpose at that time was to make sure, if I don't do anything else, I'm gonna make you a good man, and then I'm going to let you make your mark on the world. So yes, this is a great opportunity for us to celebrate those women.
Celebrate, love on. I had a couple of inquiries on if men were allowed. This is all about the mamas.
Yeah.
Or it's all about the women, because we get in this life, in this culture, as far as things that we do, especially female chefs.
Yeah.
It's a man's world,
right?
When you think about it, anytime somebody says chef, your first image is a male.
Yeah,
right.
That's true.
So for me, it's important to kind of say, hey, look, this is what is going on, because I love being a woman.
Yeah.
And I love the women that I have in my life, from my mom, my sister, my daughter in love. I don't call her my daughter-in-law, my daughter in love. I've got some sister friends who have been a part of my life from day one, that have, encouraged me. And like you said, pull my coattail when I'm not going down the right path. So I wanted to be able to give back. I wanted to be able to give back and say, I love y'all.
Yeah.
I love y'all. And so let's do this.
So let's do this indeed. All right. So all about the Bahamas and Mimosas. And I assume it is on actual Mother's Day?
It is no.
Okay.
Because I am a mother, and I want to be able to
relax. Yes,
and relax. So
Smart.
It is going to be the Saturday before. So it is going to be on Saturday, May 7th.
Saturday, May the 7th,
from 12:30 p.m. I did put out a flyer.
Okay.
I put out a flyer, and for those who are very studious. I got a couple of text messages and calls saying, hey, you have AM on your flyer. Yes. Forgive me, because it's not that I was originally going to start at 11:30.
Okay.
Which would have been AM.
Right.
But I started thinking about I need help. So as my business grows, I needed to acknowledge the fact that I had to fire myself from a couple things. Thinking that I can do everything by myself. I had to take that S off my chest. So I said, you know what, I'm going to do it at 12:30 versus 11:30. Hence the AM and
part
the
of it.
PM
Gotcha.
oversight. So starting at 12:30
PM
to 3:00 p.m. Saturday, May 7th at Impact Church, and the address is 2323 Sylvan Road in East Point, Georgia. I think it was 30344, something to that effect. But if you Google it, you will find it. So I don't know, like, when you're gonna go to break, because I have taste testers for now.
I was gonna say we can do it now if you want.
We ain't gotta go to break.
we can do it now. You can do it now live on air, or we can take a break and try it then.
Well, because what they say, when you stay ready, you ain't got to
get ready. Exactly. Now, I assume you want the people to know just how good the stuff is, so we can do it now if you want.
Yeah, because I want your natural.
That's why we're here.
Yeah, your
You,
natural response, your natural reaction.
you know I will react. You know I will not. I will not hold back on my reaction. I will not sugarcoat anything. Y'all know me.
You taste these hash brown casserole minis. Because normally when I do them, I just do like a big pan.
Mhm.
But because we're doing mini, all about the minis.
All about the minis.
I did everything in my muffin pan. You know, I probably need to create my own muffin pans because it's all about the minis.
Yeah.
I have a couple things that I want to do, and I need to do them in muffin pans. Create my own brand.
There you go. You just sitting up here coming up with all these ideas right here on the show too.
I know, and if I see anybody that come out with them, I'm watching you.
We watching you. Don't even do it. We are watching you.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. Don't even do it. Don't even do it.
So today I have the hash brown casserole and then the mini frittata.
Okay.
So in the frittata, I've got spinach. There's no meat.
Okay.
But I probably will do meat. No, I'm not even gonna do meat next week. But I have cheddar cheese. But for next week, I'm gonna do it with goat cheese.
Oh wow!
That's bang. And you'll pass it over
you sound like my wife with the goat cheese.
And then because let me tell you something.
Thank you.
That goat cheese brings
wow.
like such a an amazing flavor.
All right, y'all.
To everything. So,
and again, I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. So I am going to eat this and tell you guys exactly. Y'all are going to see me eat this. So here we go.
1, 2, 3.
So I really didn't want people to hear me chewing. So now I'll say for me, and this is not a criticism, this is just a preference, right? I like my hash browns crunchier. Yeah. So, but this is really good though. Like this is not even though. I'm sorry. I'll rephrase that, right? Oh, thank you. I'll rephrase that. This is so good. Period. I'm a person who likes their hash browns crunchy. Those two things are totally separate because this is really good. This hash brown is really good. So I'm gonna do the frittata next.
Again. As you're crunching and you're chewing.
I'm gonna do it next because again, we're not sugarcoating anything around here. We yeah. Oh, okay. Wow, this is good.
So I'm sorry, what?
Again, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Yep.
Say that again.
I said this is good too. Now again, I know y'all didn't come here to hear me eat on this show, but this is really good, Chef. Obviously, you did your thing. Obviously, you know what you're doing. This is fantastic. Excuse me. All right. So, yes, we're going to have to take a break because I'm going to want to eat that. So, Chef, please, one more time, give us all the information so we can reach out to you and have people come out on the Saturday before. Not on Mother's Day, but the Saturday before, because on Mother's Day, we want all the mothers to rest, and that includes Chef Couture. So, the Saturday before, on May the 7th, all about mamas and mimosas.
All about the mamas and mimosas. Yes, May 7th from 12:30 p.m. Let me get close to the microphone.
PM, guys. PM, guys. Just so in case you didn't know, 12:30 p.m.
12:30 p.m. to 3 o'clock p.m. We will have live entertainment. As I mentioned, the band Smoke. We're going to have an amazing spread prepared by these glorious hands, Chef Couture and Bottomless Mimosas. Ladies, you come and I don't care how you come. If you say, you know what, I just want to put on some jeans and a shirt, come as you are. Come as you are, because it's about you being who you are. I'm gonna be fabulous because that's what I do. I too will be there with my mom. come out, have a good time. 2323 Sylvan Road, East Point, Georgia. And I'm pretty sure the zip code is 30344. But if you Google Impact Church, you will find it. Live music, and I've got a couple of little treats. As I won't say it's a swag bag, but I will have something for the ladies to walk away with.
Nice.
And acknowledge the fact that they were a part of year 2 for All About the Mamas and Mimosas. And as you guys can see from the variable wide, and we've got a special guest here. He hasn't even like stopped because he going in on the mini frittatas as well as the hash brown casserole. Those are just 2 of the items that will be there. Oh, and come on, we're gonna talk about the book.
That's right. Don't forget about the book now.
I will have a table available for Grandma's Hands.
Don't forget about Grandma's Hands.
The sales for this is like off the charts.
Nice.
Off the charts.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Where's the studio? I don't know why. I don't know what they're doing. My audience are just. They're so bootleg. I don't know why they're so bootleg with that. I don't know why they're so bootleg.
To be able to
with that.
purchase tickets for either All About the Mamas and Mimosas and the book, you can go out to https:// and that's linktr.org/EE. So linktr.ee/Chef Coutura, and that's CHEFKITURA.
All right.
You go out to that link and you can purchase the book, or you can purchase tickets for All About the Mamas, or you can give us a call at 770-800-8219.
Fantastic. Chef Coutura, as always, thank you so much for joining us. And while you were talking, I was eating. And you know, fellas, hey, I don't know what we're gonna do. We're gonna have to do something. Maybe you can go to Chef Couture. Maybe you can follow her on Instagram at All About the Minis _ or Facebook at All About the Minis. Maybe she can get you one of these mini frittatas or mini hash brown casseroles. But y'all got to try this because this is pretty good. I ate half of it while she was talking, and I'm gonna eat the other half in a little bit. So I'm gonna eat this. So this is good. So y'all better do something because man, we can't get into them all about the mamas and mimosas, but we got to get some of this food.
So you mentioned the fellas,
Mm-hmm.
and I do want to say this. Last year I wanted to do All About the Fathers in Old Fashions.
Oh, you are speaking my language with these mimosas and old fashions now. Like you are speaking my language.
So
shoot.
Ended up not doing it last year, and I've had people say, "Oh, you know, dads just kind of want to chill and relax on Father's Day," but I'm like, just like the women, we got some dynamic, phenomenal brothers, some dads, some uncles, some mentors that I can't even begin to express my gratitude for these men. So I wanted to do Father's Day, and you know, cigars have become a thing.
They have
here recently.
They have.
So I'm like, okay, there's a cigar spot that I frequent. I'm like, okay, I'll do an old fashioned with a cigar. Okay, All About the Fathers and Old Fashions. So that is something that I'm trying to pull off this year.
Ooh, if you can get that pulled off. If you can get that pulled off.
There's something that, and this year it might be in my backyard. Kind of keep it, because I have to think about the cigars, right?
Mm-hmm.
And making sure, because we got a lot of cigar bars, but I want to bring my food.
Yeah.
I want these hands to be able to grace the male's palates.
Exactly.
Right.
Mhm.
So I'm like, if I can find an event space, so I thought about where I'm going to have all about the mamas and mimosas. I'm like, yeah, they're probably not going to want the
Cigars,
smoke
right.
there. So guess what? If I keep it kind of small and intimate, and on this, the ladies can come with their boo thing with their husbands, or we have a lot of females that
Like cigars.
like cigars
And like old fashions too.
and like old fashioned. So I will probably host it this year in my backyard. So stay tuned for all about the fathers and old fashions.
Yes.
And if y'all just want to treat your significant other, and this is women and men, I am a private chef. I can come into your home and do that thing, right? I can bring someone to play some music while you guys are all
up in each other's faces and stuff.
all up in, as they call the Eskimo kisses with the nose and all that good stuff. So I hope last year I did an event for a couple, and they did a sip and paint. Right. So while they were sipping and painting, I was in the kitchen preparing their 3-course meal. So I do a little
You do a little something. You do a little, you get down a little bit. You get down a little bit. You all right.
Yeah.
You all right.
So, but we're here to talk about all about the mamas and mimosas. You guys have sampled.
Yes, we have.
What some of the items that I will have. Just make sure. First of all, tomorrow's not promised.
That's
right?
true. That's true.
So, love up on your ladies, love up on your moms, your sisters, your girlfriends. Come out, have an amazing time, listen to some phenomenal music, and walk away feeling fulfilled.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. You guys heard it here first from the great Chef Couture, who is, who can do anything, obviously. And yeah, man, Mamas and Mimosas on this, not tomorrow, but next Saturday on the 7th of May. And of course, the day after that is Mother's Day. So guys, hey, everybody, all right, everybody. I don't want to hear none of this mess. I don't want none of y'all in the stores on Sunday. Today is April the 29th. Tomorrow is April the 30th. And the day after that, Sunday, is May the 1st. That's the first Sunday in May. The second Sunday in May is always Mother's Day. Start shopping now. I don't want to hear it. Start shopping now. I don't care. I don't care. There is no excuse for any of y'all not to have something for your wife, your girlfriend, your mother, whomever is the one who takes care, who holds it down, who has the babies and takes care of the babies. Ain't no excuse for them not being taken care of on Mother's Day. You got 1 week. Get it done.
Yep. So I want to, Chef Chris Hayes, I just realized that you're out there. Thank you, my brother. First of all, I'm gonna give him a plug, because that's what we do when we have that group. Chef Chris Hayes will be at Tire Kings today.
Okay.
From I think it's 11 to 2. Tire Kings is kind of like in the Powder Springs, Douglasville area.
Okay.
I don't have the address, but he will be out there with his barbecue doing his thing.
Okay.
So shout out to Chef Chris Hayes. Dion, I see you. Thank you, my sister, for being a huge supporter. But the variable why, as you were saying, y'all don't wait.
Please don't.
But I'm gonna make the pot just a little bit sweeter. So I ran an early bird special, where the tickets, I had quite a few takers on that. But if y'all sitting there and y'all trying to figure it out, I'm gonna do tables.
Ooh.
If you want to purchase a table, the table will be $600, and the table seats 8. So it's going to break down to $75 per person. So if you got a group of 8 and y'all say, hey, look, this is what we're doing, we're gonna roll out with this, Come on, where can you go? And for all of my New Edition fans, if anybody follows me on social media, y'all know when I get in my kitchen, when I get in my lab, and I'm in my zone, New Edition is probably the music. I know folks that broke their back to go to the New Edition concert, and they spent way more than $75. Right. So, because I've had some inquiries about the cost. I'm like, you're getting a live band.
Yep.
You're getting a full buffet spread.
Yep.
You're getting unlimited mimosas.
And I'll do you one better. For any of y'all who, let me get on camera for this one. For any of y'all who go to any of these brunch spots and you pay for your bottomless mimosas, you're probably paying anywhere between $12 and $20. So, take that off of it. That's what, $50 for, like she said, food, for homemade food, for fresh food, $50 for fresh food and for a live band. And then you add on top of that those bottomless mimosas. Y'all better jump on that. Quit playing.
It's a no-brainer. But at the end of the day, my main goal is to love upon the ladies.
Absolutely.
And back to my guy. I'm not a huge rap fan, but I do have my favorites. Pac is one of them.
Yep.
Ladies, you are I appreciate being a woman, a female, and I appreciate you ladies as well.
Absolutely. We all appreciate you here as well, which is why we have Chef Couture on to tell us all about that, and which why we will advocate for that, and we will advocate for you guys taking care of those ladies. Again, you got a week. I don't want to hear it. You got a week, make it happen. I don't care. It's so easy now, guys. Just go on to wherever you buy some flowers. Just go on and just set that delivery up today. Set it up today, right now, so you don't forget, and it'll be there on Sunday. Boom. It's super easy. Like these things are not difficult, guys. They're not difficult.
ABC 1, 2, 3. I mean, it is simple.
It is so simple. Why are you making it complicated? It's easy. It's so simple. Well, Chef Couture, we thank you again for being just as lovely and gracious as you are, for coming on, for feeding us. Anybody who feeds me is just someone who's very special to me. And somebody who feeds us good food is someone even more special to me. So I thank you so much for coming on and being a part of the show.
Thank you.
Anytime.
I too appreciate you guys. And for all of my followers, my friends, my fans, just anybody that knows me, I always end everything with, if you haven't heard it from anyone else today, know that Chef Couture, I love you. I appreciate you. I thank you for all of your love and support. It's only up from here, and it's bigger and better. Peace out. One love.
That's her. That is the one and only Chef Couture. Give her some love. Show her some love, people. Thank you. All right. That's enough. Let's not go overboard here. All right. All right. Let's cut that. Come on. Y'all only going to applaud for one person around here, doggone it. And it's going to be me. All right. So we're going to do this a little bit differently as we wrap this show up today. We are going to run through these comments in the chat, and then we are going to just go into our we're going to go into the finish of our show, unless anybody can think of a Calvin Ridley Award winner for this week. Oh, man. You know what? I got one. We're going to run through these chat comments, and then I'm going to do a Calvin Ridley Award, and it's going to hurt my heart to do it, but I'm going to do it. So let's see. Where do we stop? I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Don't you worry about it. I'm going to do it. So, okay. So we were talking about the, okay. So you're talking about the car. So Trey, I don't know which car you're talking about. I don't know if you're talking about the Prism or you're talking about the Prelude. But Trey said, my dad had that car. That was the first car I drove in '94. So I don't know if it was it might've been the Prelude, or it might have been Prism because the Prism was in 1990. So who knows? I had some old cars, but that's all right. Hey, them cars got me around, so I am okay with that. And one of them, I only had to pay outright once, and I didn't have to make another payment on, so I'm good with that too. This is hilarious. Websites show our team needs, laugh out loud, needs receiver, running back, linebacker, quarterback, free safety, strong safety. Yes, that's every position. That is every stinking position out there in football. Like, we need every single position. So yeah, anybody that we picked up last night is perfectly fine with me. And we did pick up a receiver, and we do need a receiver. So I'm okay with that. So, again, and like you said, we have so many holes. We need so much that we have to do that. And he was just saying, yeah, I saw this on the website about our team needs, and we need absolutely everything. So the draft is the way to go as for right now, and we will figure it out the rest of the way. And Will saying, what up, man? Yeah, it's all good today. We'll chop it up next time. Yes, again, Will, I do apologize. Something about the new phone system that apparently I am not smart enough to figure out, but I will get that taken care of, and we will get you on as soon as we can, brother. Don't you worry about that. And lastly, Rome is saying, oh, I'm sorry. I just glossed over the wonderful. You want to talk about wonderful ladies? I just glossed over the wonderful and talented Miss Cece, even though Miss Cece has yet to have me on Cece's World. So maybe we're having a beef. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe I have a beef with her. So maybe that's what's going on. Maybe that's why I haven't said anything to the wonderful and talented Miss Cece. That's not true. She knows it's all love over here. My man Romy Rome is saying, Trey, Trey, you're saying we need a new team. Yes,
pretty much.
Yes, we do. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but yes, we do need almost a brand new team because this is a rebuild, right? So let's just start the rebuild by blowing the whole thing up and just starting all over. I think the Calvin Ridley Award should go to Calvin Ridley. Officially lost his job yesterday. Well, I'm a man who is all about the people. So guess what we are going to do today? Guess what we are going to do today?
Calvin Ridley.
Did you have a bad week or a bad weekend? Well, I hope it wasn't as bad as today's recipient of the Calvin Ridley Award. What is the Calvin Ridley Award, you might ask? This is the award named after someone so dumb they spent $1,500 to lose $11 million. Brought to you by Variable Y on the Morning Ride.
Boo! Hey, you with the afro! Give it a rest! Beat it!
So, yes, absolutely, people. Today's Calvin Ridley Award has got to go to the man not just so dumb. And again, I'm not trying to talk about anybody and their mental aptitude. No, of course not. But dumb is dumb. And we can talk about dumb, right? We're not going to talk about mental capacity, but dumb is dumb, right?
Say dumb or stupid? Stupid is as stupid does.
Stupid is as stupid does. So you're right. But I feel like stupid is just I feel like stupid should have its own category. And dumb is one of those things where it's kind of like you know better, but you did it anyway. Right? So we're just going to yeah. So we're just going to just say dumb. So for somebody who's not just so dumb that they spent $1,500 to lose $11 million, but somebody who's so dumb that they also lost probably their only shot at making any more money like that. Because yes, with that draft pick yesterday, that's pretty much the end of Calvin Ridley here in Atlanta. And if anybody else and if anybody else is dumb enough to take a flyer on Calvin Ridley, then guess who will receive the next Calvin Ridley Award is that team. But for right now, Calvin Ridley, you are just a gift that keeps on giving, sir. We just can't appreciate you anymore. You get the Calvin Ridley Award for this week for being so dumb that you lost your livelihood, brother. So dumb. Wanting so bad to make these bets, wanting so bad to make, I don't know, $5,000 that you risk $11 million. And then you just just tweet out some stuff. Yeah, oh, well, I guess I'll be good for next week. No, then the team is basically going to get rid of you. all for being so dumb. My hat's off to you, sir. I don't know if it was worth it, but hey, it ain't my 11 million. So, young man, do what you do, and hopefully you'll get your life together. Calvin Ridley, you get the Calvin Ridley Award on today's show. Congratulations. All right. Now, on to our regular shout outs today. And we still got more going on in the chat. Lost a whole bunch of money. He might be in line to get the big extension like A.J. Brown and Debo. My God, you are right. Receivers are just starting to break the bank, too.
Yeah.
They're just starting to break the bank. Oh, you know what?
You need a moment. You need a moment.
I try not to feel bad for people who make so much money, right? Like, I try not to feel bad. And I don't feel bad, but I'm just like, dude, you just, whatever. Anyway, all right, guys, this was great. As we do every week, you guys make the show. So thank you guys so much for joining us this week. You guys all in the chat, I appreciate you guys. Thank you. Rome, Miss Renee, Will, Trey, Cece, everybody who joined us this week. Miss Janine, thank you so much for joining us. Chef Couture, thank you for joining us in studio today. Don't forget to visit us next week. We're going to have some special guests as well. Don't forget the Tanasha Gray Show comes up next. Progressive Weekly with Charlie Levinson and the C. Harper Show coming up. Remember, love yourself and respect yourself for 2 reasons. Number 1, you deserve it. Number 2, when you love and respect yourself, you love and respect others. I'm gone, people. Peace.
Out. One love.